Hello. Welcome back. Anyway, welcome back to the greatest series on planet Earth, the GRFR, also known as the Garroott friendly request. Back again. What was the last friendly request video I did? The last friendly request was the Beach Boys Pet Sounds around a month ago, and we're back. We're back. Okay. Recently, with these friendly requests, I have been doing it via a poll because I do have a lot of requests and I just want to see what the people want at the time. But this one's a little different because I've been getting asked to do this like here and there quite often. And I was like, okay, I don't want to keep this person waiting that long, so I'm just gonna do it now and then maybe go back to the polls once I start feeling ready for another friendly request. This hopefully reoccurring viewer, Tom Sona, has been commenting here and there quite often, when am I gonna react to this album, and I'm just there having to reply. Unfortunately, I just have no idea. That changes today, because we're going to react to it, finally, today, so you don't have to keep asking me, and you don't have to keep wondering when it's coming out. Your prayers have been answered. Thank you, Tom Sona, for the comments and the for the consistent asking of when this album is coming. So if I showed the comment already, then we are looking at the marshallmathersLP by our lovely friend Eminem. This is a very interesting one because, for one, Eminem is Eminem. He's one of the biggest rappers ever, and the last time I reacted to Eminem on this channel was the the Death of Slim Shady album that he released last year, and yeah, that was an album. That was an album. But besides being asked to react to it, I am intrigued to see what Eminem has been doing in his earlier stage of his career, because, you know, that's when a lot of people would say is his best times of his career. My history with Eminem is a little funny because I have grown up in a time where Eminem was one of the most mainstream artists around, and I really did listen to a lot of his hits, like, religiously back in the day. Not Afraid was probably my favorite song growing up. I know a lot of people don't really like that era of Eminem, but I know that song specifically, I think that one has stuck with me ever since. I don't know if it's still up on YouTube, but there was this one Call of Duty edit. It was either like strictly Modern Warfare 2 edit or just a Call of Duty edit in general. It was that with Not Afraid in the background. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I just can't keep living this way. So yeah, I have a history with that song. I have a fond history with that song, but as you can see, there are songs here that I've known of, that everyone probably should know of, I have heard, but my casualness showing, I haven't listened to a full Eminem album of his early career, I guess. I've listened to a lot of his hits, obviously, but when it comes to a front-to-back experience, that hasn't really happened, because when I really started listening to albums, or being able to listen to albums front-to-back, Eminem wasn't really in the best shape. You know, Revival, yeah, you know, Revival, Kamikaze, Music to be Murdered by. Actually, I think I did listen to Kamikaze fully, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I listened to it. Death of Slim Shady is because, you know, my YouTube channel, but yeah, everything else I've had small doses of it, because pretty much every album has some big hit here and there, but I've never really listened to an album front to back until last year, but also until today, because that's why we're looking at the marshallmathersLP. So yes, Eminem is a very diversive individual, to say the least, especially in his early stages. That guy did not give a single fuck, but apparently it also coincides with some of his best work. I guess we'll see. I mean, hopefully anything from the 90s and 2000s is better than what he's released in the 2020s or 2010s, I guess. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day I'll listen to Revival and might actually like it. I don't have any interest in listening to Revival, but, you know, I haven't listened to it fully. But I digress. Let's move on to the formalities as we go into that genius lore. The Marshall Mathers LP is the second major label studio album by Eminem, released on May 23rd, 2000, through Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records. Make sure to check out the liner notes and the cover art breakdown. I'm good for now. Building off the success of his second album, the Slim Shady LP, Eminem came back harder and with even more targets. While his first album depicted multiple acts of violence, the anger on his sophomore effort now had specific targets, namely his critics, wife, and mother. This album is the first that really started to blur the line between Eminem, Slim Shady, and Marshall Mathers. The Kids replaces Kim on the clean version of the CD. Is that the Mr. Mackey song? Yeah, it is. Dang, okay. Considered by many as his magnum opus, the Marshall Mathers LP also set the one-week sales record for a solo artist album. It went on to become Diamond and is considered by many as one of the finest records of the 21st century, if not all time. Via Spin, Eminem originally intended to call this album Amsterdam, not only because it's the ecstasy-producing capital of the world, but also because the questions he was asked by Dutch journalists irked him so much that he wrote 4 songs about them on the plane ride home from his tour there. M released a sequel to the album in 2013. I do know about that album. Alright, I guess that's good enough for me. Yeah, by the way, it's 2000s Eminem. Expect to hear some slurs. There probably is some breakdown about the cover here, but you know, it's Eminem curled up, looking kind of scared. Maybe the casual viewer will be scared after hearing some of these tracks too. Maybe in a good way, I don't know. The Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem, May 23rd, 2000, 18 songs, an hour and 12 minutes. Track number 1, it's 27 seconds, but public service announcement 2000.
This is another public service announcement brought to you in part. He does not give a fuck what you think.
Thanks.
You can suck his fucking cock. Little did you know, and he's going to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sue me.
Okay, next track. Kill you. Okay, is there really no lyrics? What the fuck is the lyrics? Spotify, you're right. We're not real, are we? Okay, well, at least his newest album has lyrics.
When I was just a little baby boy, my mama used to tell me.
Okay. She tell me that he was an evil man. She tell me he hated me. He was a crazy one.
Say I can't rap about
Coke no more. Ah!
These motherfuckers are thinking I'm playing, thinking I'm saying it's chaos. Just bend over and take it like a slut, okay, ma? Oh, now he's raping in stone cover? You goddamn right, bitch, and I was too late.
Lies, wise, none, sluts, bitch, I'ma kill you. You don't wanna fuck with me, girls neither. Oh, you better kill me. But when they kill me, you don't wanna fuck with Shady. Shady will fucking kill you. Shut the hell up. Women again, Eminem offend. Bitch, I'ma kill you. I ain't done this, ain't the chorus. I ain't even drug you into murder material in a cereal box on top of your stereo. Let us in, or I'ma kill you. You don't wanna fuck with me. Girls need me. We ain't never something beef, and I don't squash the beef. I'ma be another rapper dead bitches too. You ain't nothing but a girl to me. You don't, cause why? Know why I say these things? Why do you say these things? Say the same things twice, whatever, I hate these things. Fuck that. I joke radio announcer to bouncer. I'm leaving air in your lungs just to hear you keep screaming for me to seep it. Shut up, give me your hands and feet. I said shut up when I'm talking to you. You hear me? Answer me. Or I'ma kill you. You popping off with the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said. I will fucking kill you. I'm just playing, ladies.
I'm just playing, ladies. You know I love you.
You know I love you. The fact that this goes right in a stand afterwards is freaking insane. But anyway, yeah. It's a very, very high energy, very aggressive track. Very Eminem-like. This is probably one of the many character-defining tracks I think of when it comes to Eminem. But then again, like, who really is Eminem? Who really is Marshall? Who really is Slim Shady at this point? You probably still differentiate it at this point, but like, you know, it does start to get a little weary as we know from the Genius lore. But my god, yeah, I had that song on repeat a long time ago, back when I first started to get into like that Eminem stuff, and I was like, you know, oh, this is so cool, this is so edgy, you know, that kind of stuff. And you know, it's still a very aggressive banger, I can't knock that. when I play it nowadays, like on repeat, like I did when I was growing up, probably not. But I can still I can still appreciate the track for having that high energy, high aggression, fuck everything attitude that Eminem has been known to be iconic for. Kill You is the opening track to the album and is a lyrical tirade against Kim, Debbie Mathers, girlish rappers, and women in general. The call and response part after the hook is a highlight of any given Eminem concert. I can see that. M wrote in Angry Blonde, I wanted to start the album with that song because everybody in the press was like, what's he gonna rap about? He's not miserable anymore. The whole idea of this song was to say some of the most fucked up shit, just to let people know that I'm back, that I didn't lose it, that I wasn't compromising nothing, and I didn't change. If anything, I got worse. Lynn Cheney, the second lady of the United States from 2001 to 2009, called for age restrictions on music sales after citing lyrics from Kill You. She is very vocal against Eminem and this song in particular. As you can tell, that is, Dick Cheney, right? Yeah, Dick Cheney, Vice President, the Bush administration. Very fun stuff. Which is why it's also very funny when it comes to, like, I know we're probably way too early to get into the conversation about Eminem's last album and how it was, like, kind of appealing towards a more, I guess, conservative, right-wing type of audience, because, he's being edgy again, he's saying stuff that's kind of offensive or whatnot, but, like, really, Eminem has been very outspoken against that type of side. I mean, the very interesting Trump, cipher he had back then, him showing up to Democratic rallies, he's very, it's very weird for him to be as an artist, because, like, he has an audience that would see this as, very offensive and like, oh yeah, this is an artist that isn't afraid of the woke mob. I'm gonna support him. But Eminem's like, no. And then even here you have like a Republican president regime, also trying to affect the music sales, the battle against, like, what's the word? I guess very grimy lyrics, type of music that isn't suitable for children. And I'm not really one to be saying much about it because I didn't really experience that firsthand, because I was in 2001 through 2009 I was fucking growing up, shitting in diapers, pissing my pants, so I can't be very knowledgeable on what kind of action Lynn Cheney did during that presidency term, whatnot, but Eminem's been one of those guys that have been targeted for very explicit material. There you go, that's the word, because the freaking sticker at the bottom of albums, fun stuff, and our politicians have been attacking him for a while, so he knows what's up. But yeah, I guess it's also nice to know that Eminem kind of still the same Eminem, even though he's technically made it at this point, considering the previous LP kind of shot him up into the stratosphere. But yeah, I mean, I guess a good statement for the masses, basically. All right, next track though, the big one. Well, never mind. This isn't even the biggest stream song on this album, but still a very big one with 1 billion streams. Stan. My tears can't go, I wondered why. Got out of bed and I can't see at all. Even if I could, reminds me that it's not so bad. Got out of bed at all. Morning rain, even if I could, it'll all be great. Reminds me that it's not so bad. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't call it. I left my cell, my pager, and my home. Probably was a post or something. Fuck it, what's been up, man? How's your daughter?
I'm a name of Bonnie. I read about it. I got a room full of your posters and your pictures, man. Just the chat, truly yours.
Biggest fan, this is Stan. Morning rain cloud, and I can't see at all, but your picture on my wall. I hope you have the chance.
I ain't mad.
I just think it's fucked up you don't answer fans. That's my little brother, man. He's only 6 years old.
You just said no. That's pretty shitty, man. You're like his fucking idol. When we met in Denver, you said if I write you, he used to always cheat on my mom and beat her. I can relate. Sometimes I even cut myself to see how much it bleeds. My girlfriend's jealous because I talk about you 24/7, but she don't.
No one does.
She don't know where it stands. P.S. We should be together too.
Yep, here he comes. Got out of bed, rain clouds up my window and see it all. But could it all be great? Reminds me that it's not so bad.
Mister, I'm too good to call
Right, my fans, this'll be the last.
I wrote the addresses on them perfect. So this, hey Slim, I drank a fifth of vodka.
Dare me to drive.
You could have rescued me from drowning. Now it's too late. All of your pictures off the wall. Dream, I hope you can't sleep and you scream about it. Shut up, bitch, I'm trying to talk. Hey Slim, that's my girlfriend screaming. Oh shit, I forgot. How am I supposed to send this shit out?
I'm wondering why. Even if I could, it'll all be great. It reminds me that it's not so bad.
Dear Stan, I meant to write you sooner.
I've just been busy.
I'm sorry I didn't see you with the show. I must have missed you. Shit just clowning, dog. Come on, how fucking bitch? That type of shit'll make me not want us to meet each other. You hurt yourself. I think that you'll be doing just fine if you relax a little. I just don't want you to do some crazy shit. I seen this once. It was you. Damn.
Damn is right. Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the best Eminem songs ever. What else is there to say about it? I mean, the storytelling, the narrative, the situation, everything about it. It's just become stuff of legend. It's become a freaking word in the dictionary now, just because of how much impact this song has had on culture, fan culture, you know, stan culture is a thing. It's a real thing, by the way. I mean, I don't have to tell you this in 2025 that it is a real thing. A part of me wants to think it's died down in recent years, but like, I don't think it really has. I think I've just found a way to just not indulge myself into news related to it, but there's definitely a lot of crazed fans out there who get super obsessed about stuff like this. The fact that Stan got himself into a whole ass drunk driving incident with his pregnant girlfriend. If you've seen the music video to it too, it really does help with the song narrative too. It does give a visual aspect of, you know, what's happening, although you can probably still tell what's happening in this have you not seen the music video. But like, I don't know, I think it does help a lot. The fact that he got into that situation just because Eminem has been so busy that he hasn't responded to them, it, you know, who's to say that hasn't happened before? Maybe this is a real thing that happened to Eminem, or okay, maybe not of this exaggeration, but like something similar in vein, or who knows, maybe it's been happened since, you know, it's been 25 years since this song released. It's a problem. That's why one of the main things about when it comes to like internet personalities, artists, actors, all these kind of public entertainment figures, it's like, it's really hard to idolize some of them to this sort of point, because like, for one, idolizing someone you don't know it's a weird concept, but you know, I do have some of my idols, you know, I do fanboy over a lot of people, and that's fine. But to be so obsessed over this one person or a person that doesn't know you, it's like, you have a problem. You have a problem, basically. Eminem kind of spells it out for you in this song. It's not super complex about it. He is being pretty straightforward with you, the stan. If there's any stans out there, you know, that has listened to a billion streams, there's some Eminem fan that might have hopefully gotten a wake-up call or got humbled by this type of track, because, you know, this isn't just an Eminem experience. This is probably an experience everyone in the entertainment industry has had one point or another. And yeah, I mean, it's still relevant till this day. I mean, it's still a great song till this day. Dido? Is it Ditto? I had this problem before, I'm pretty sure, yet I still haven't fixed it. Whatever her name is, very great chorus. I know it's sampled from a song that she's made, but very great chorus, very iconic chorus. What else do I really need to say about it besides it's one of Eminem's best songs? Probably one of the best narrative tracks, and of course, you know, a certain Tyler the Creator might have gotten inspiration from it, you know. went to Six Flags. In this song, Eminem corresponds with a crazed fan who becomes increasingly unhinged as the story progresses. This is one of his most well-received singles and was listed at number 15 on VH1's Top 100 Hip-Hop Songs of All Time. Eminem intended for this song to be a message to fans who had written him disturbing letters indicating that they had taken the Slim Shady's LP's violent lyrics seriously. Another reason M wrote this was to make the critics who were saying things about him feel stupid. His aim was to disprove those who felt he lacked talent and relied on shock value. This song has cemented itself in history, with Stan being entered into the Oxford Dictionary as an informal noun. It is generally considered to be a portmanteau of stalker and fan, but Oxford defines the term as an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity. I mean, yeah. In 2011 Shade 45 appearance, M revealed that there was a verse where Stan got out of the water. He escaped and came to my house to kill me. Then I had to kill him first, but I missed him, and he was in the hospital for like 3 weeks. Then he was pissed off that I didn't write him get well cards, so he came to kill me again, and in the last verse, finally I just blew his head off. Sick. In 2013, Eminem released a follow-up in the form of Bad Guy, wherein Stan's younger brother Matthew avenges his brother's death. What has Dido said about her song Thank You being used in the song? I just got a letter saying, we heard your track, we love it, we'd like to use it for this track Stan. Can you take a listen? I hope you like it, and can we use your song? It was completely out of the blue. I put it on like, I wonder what he could have done. You just don't know. And I was a big Eminem fan, so it was pretty cool. And then I heard it. I remember because I had some friends staying in the same hotel. They were literally running down the hall like, you gotta listen to this, it's just brilliant. Nice. Who plays Stan in the song's music video? Devin Sawa, who also had roles in Casper, Now and Then, and Idle Hands. Yeah. A lot of lore behind it, a lot of long-standing cultural impact this song has had, and, you know, deservedly so. I mean, when I heard your picture on my wall, I was like, yo, this could be about somebody who takes me too seriously. So I knew what I was going to write about before I wrote it. A lot of times when I'm writing songs, I see visions for everything I'm writing. This was one of those. Yeah, I mean, what a track. What a track. Anyway, next track, we will have to move on. Track 4, Paul, Skit, by Paul Rosenberg. Okay.
What's going on? It's Paul. Fuck it.
Okay. What a great track. Next track, Who Knew? Also, shout out to these bass lines.
I don't do black music, I don't do white music.
Heard.
Fight. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck how? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around? You want me to fix up lyrics while the president gets his dick sucked? Damn it. We're trying to censor music. This apparently you ain't parents. I never knew why.
Okay. He's going after the guys who want to censor the music. I got you. I mean, he said it, but shut up.
With a Uzi. I see these 3 little kids up in with their 17-year-old uncle.
Hey, yo.
About how I used to get beat up, Pete on, be on free lunch and chain school.
Yo, Pete on?
Like me. I never knew I would get this, get him to hit this bitch. I never knew how to
fake this kid.
I never knew about Christopher Reeves, Sonny Boy.
Oh, hey. Well, still talking about them.
Him, it's a Jew, it's a 10. Wasn't me, Slim
Hey,
Shady,
pronouns in my 2000s rap album? What are we doing, guys?
I never knew I would
Get this big, fake this kid, slit this wrist,
I never knew I get him to
hit this bitch. Yeah, I mean, he does bring up a very valid point about, you know, how well, you know, kind of also reflecting on the success, the almost instant success of the Slim Shady LP, but also the you know, negative discourse that comes around his music, or, you know, trying to, I guess, you know, get his music off the shelves because it's impacting the kids, but it's like, maybe it's not meant for kids, you know, if the kids are getting such influence by my music, you know, maybe that's a parenting problem. And it basically comes back to the same arguments that these old heads have about when it comes to, like, you know, stuff like video games. It's like, we need to regulate video games because it's impacting the kids, it's making the kids more violent, but it's like, there's multiple other issues that you could be tackling, and video games is not one of them. It's like these guys are always prioritizing the wrong thing when it comes to a problem. How do we get to the root of this problem? Oh yeah, let's not address the elephant in the room of like mental health issues or bad parenting or whatnot. And it's like, yeah, video games, Eminem, yeah, let's attack those, because you know it's an easier target than, you know, trying to address root causes, that kind of stuff. And I mean, you know, Eminem does make a good point here. I mean, who knew is Eminem's way of ridiculing those who believe his music causes fans to commit ridiculous acts. Throughout the song, Eminem takes a satirical approach to the criticism of his negative influence on the youth, while simultaneously pointing out other more important factors. While Who Knew is very tongue-in-cheek, Eminem goes more in-depth about his effect on the youth in Sing for the Moment. This was intended to be the lead single from the album, but Interscope wanted something more radio-friendly, so M penned The Real Slim Shady for that purpose. In short, lighten up! Eminem doesn't necessarily want to disrespect people, he's just expressing what is on his mind at any given moment, and dislikes the idea of anyone attempting to limit his speech. It's also a slight jab at the Insane Clown Posse, a rap group that wears makeup, whom he was beefing with at the time. Insane Clown Posse? Golly. This is another reference to the Clinton and Lewinsky scandal, and M also continues the references in Rap God. If the media focuses more on an artist's lyrical content than the 6 scandals of the president, then something must be wrong. Their priorities are messed up. True. 1,000 times true. And Ken Kaniff can be heard in the background moaning in approval. Also, who's bringing guns into this country? You know, he had to bring that in there. In 1999, Eminem did a photo shoot in Paris with French photographer Armen Deherian. That person brought an airsoft Glock 17 for the shoot, referencing the "Just Don't Give a Fuck" lyric. So when you see me on your block with 2 Glocks, according to, you know, post-shoot, M bought all the BB guns and more ammo from that same store, and we ended up shooting at each other in the Holiday Inn while guests were literally being shot at or sliding on the plastic bullets. The story became even deeper as Slim Shady tried to enter the UK borders with all his new toys. This is due to the UK's strict firearms regulations, with it being an offense to import firearms, which certain airsoft guns qualify as. Notably, is there a way to pronounce this?
Build a website you love with Wix.
An ad for a 15-second video. There you go. There you go. Alleged in Vicky Tobak's 2018 photography book, Contact High, A Visual History of Hip Hop, that Eminem was banned from the UK for 2 years for this. However, Eminem performed with Dr. Dre in May 2000 at a London venue, so this appears unlikely. During a 2018 Billboard interview, Eminem shared some insight into and a story about the lyric. What I meant was, who's bringing the illegal guns into America? This is like fucking 5 years later. Paul Rosenberg quotes the line, "So who's bringing the guns in this country?" And then his ad-lib, "They make them here," laughs. I'm like, really? You didn't tell me that at the time? Thanks. He dissects and picks apart my shit all the time, just like the rest of the world. Eminem does bring up the like, so you attack me but not this, and you know, it's a very valid criticism, and there's also talks about how there's way bigger priorities that these politicians, these parents should have over them, you know, trying to, I guess, you know, kind of just take Eminem's music off the shelves in a way. Of course, it's offensive, it's edgy, but you know, at least he isn't like, you know, giving support to a certain German painter, Austrian painter. There's always worse out there, but anyway, I digress. Keep in mind, there should be this. Never mind. I don't want to get into a whole time about, you know, this is real free speech. You know, you take it away as free speech. There's a bunch of old heads that are also very hypocritical about that too. But I will move on. I would like to move on, please. Next track, Steve Berman.
Hey, Em, what's up?
Steve.
Yo, it's that 2000 song, 2001
So what's
song.
up?
This album is less than nothing. I can't
What's the
sell this
difference,
fucking
right?
record.
What's the
If
problem?
There you
Graham
go.
told me to go fuck myself. You know what it feels like to be told to have a record shoved up your ass? Blunts, 40s, and bitches. You're rapping about homosexuals and Vikings.
Okay.
I can't sell. Now get the fuck out of my office.
What am I supposed?
Now.
Okay, that was a really funny skit. Say, you know, skits can work. Anyway, next track, The Way I Am. Dre, let it run.
Song is for anyone
fuck it. Most meanest MC on this earth and spits and these sentences getting this peacefully. But it leaves harder than not come and speak to me.
Yeah.
I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I'm
Yeah.
not Mr. Bid me, I'm lifting you 10 feet. And you're not am
Well, that
you say
I am.
Radio won't even play my jam, cause every day I am. I don't know. Put up with the bullshit they pull, cause they foolish way. But I'm glad cause they feed me the few turn and I am.
Whatever you say I am.
If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Not gonna be able to top of my name is. What school did I go to? What hood I grew up in? And why
This is probably one of the most honest Eminem tracks so far. More aggressive stance from like Stan, and who knew? But you know, just as real, just as valid. I get, you know, he's tired of the constant fans or the constant, you know, nagging from critics or questions from old parents who don't get it. He's just fed up. Makes sense. Next track. Have your attention, please. Real Slim Shady, please stand up. We gotta have a problem here. You're like you've never seen a white person before. Jaws off. Oh wait, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did he? Nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead. He's locked in my basement. Chicka Slim Shady, I'm sick of him. Look at him, walking around, grabbing his you. Yeah, but he's so cute though. Yeah, I probably got a couple of screws up in my bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips. And if I'm lucky, you just might give it a little kiss, don't they? We're nothing but mammals. Well, some of us cannibals. Women wave your pantyhose in the chorus, and it goes, I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys, please stand up, cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real. Will Smith don't got a cuss in his rap to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him. Fuck you too. Shout out to Fred Durst. Little bitch put me on blast on MTV. Yeah, he's cute, but I think he's married to Kim. All you do is annoy me, so I have been sent here to destroy you. Act like me, and this might be the next best thing, but not quite me, cause I'm Slim Shady, so won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? The only difference is I got the balls to say it in front of y'all, and I don't give it. No, he does not. At 30 is crazy. I don't give a fuck. I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shady, cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. Won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up.
Guess there's a Slim Shady in all of us.
I guess so.
Let's all stand up.
All of us? Hey! 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 Well, another big hit, another iconic song, another iconic beat, another iconic opening verse, whatnot. Yeah, another, not even just character-defining track, it's a career-defining track, basically. Another track that I listened to religiously back in the day when I was in my growing edgy phases, you know. It's a very funny track, it's a very catchy track, the chorus is fun as fuck. Eminem really shows off his humor here, while also, you know, giving a little bit of backhanded insults, criticisms to his critics or his naysayers, per the course of Eminem, peak Eminem, I'd say. And yeah, I mean, you know, it does have a lot more mass appeal. It has a more friendlier beat, a more, you know, jumpier, little goofy beat, but it still works. It's not off-putting in a way, but a lot of it's still there that makes you feel like, yeah, you can you can still vibe to it. I mean, there's a reason it has nearly 2 billion views, 2 billion streams on Spotify. And yeah, I mean, another banger. I know I haven't really mentioned Eminem's rapping ability yet on this album. Then again, like, it's Eminem. Of course he's gonna have the rapping ability. I mean, one of the main things he's known for. Very technical, lyrical, miracle, spiritual individual. The Real Slim Shady is the quintessential early Eminem song. Funny and serious simultaneously with crazy rhyme schemes and devices. I mean, that's pretty much how to describe this song in one sentence. As K Solo had asked, will the real Solo please stand up in 1990, Eminem did here, clearly being influenced by the little-known track. When Eminem originally handed his magnum opus, the Marshall Mathers LP, into Interscope, Jimmy Iovine stated the album was spectacular. They needed a song to introduce the album. Frustrated, Eminem felt he couldn't produce another My Name Is, yet he was under pressure. So he began rushed recording tracks, but instead of crafting a formulaic single, he recorded The Way I Am. Just prior to the deadline, Eminem got back in the studio with Dr. Dre, and they swiftly crafted what became the album's lead single. Shortly after the release of the song, a parody version was released as Will the Real Slim Shady Please Shut Up by Emily Ellis from the perspective of Christina Aguilera? What?
May I have your attention, please?
Okay, well, chill.
Please shut up. I repeat.
Y'all act like you've never heard a white person before. His rhymes are a bore punk kid trying to be whining in the microphone. It's return to the oh wait, everything you idiot without Dre's beat bed, you're as good as dead. Turn him down for a day, hee hee. Your song is on my nerves. You're kinda lucky cause you got more fame than you deserve. You know a year from now you won't be thought of. So you write about dead animals and cannibals.
Ooh, yikes.
Just a boy dealing with puberty. Slim Shady, please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up.
Please shut
You're
up.
Slim
And it just cuts off. Thanks, genius. I've always felt that parodies of songs as This and Slim Anus? There's a song called Slim Anus? Are quite lazy and in turn cause more people to listen to the originals. And who the fuck is Emily Ellis? Emily Ellis wrote a good parody, but you can't expect me to support her, and she says that M is lazy and bad at writing, as she takes his song and the majority of his structure in her diss. Also, I don't know how you can say that Eminem lacks skill. His punchlines are so far above everyone else's. And I am not trying to be a dick riding stan here, just saying that his career is unfuckwittable in comparison to Emily Ellis's. I mean, yeah, a lot of the stuff has kind of, is poor execution and, you know, aged poorly, but, the song, I don't know why this says 2008. If this was released in 2008, then that's a little kind of late to respond, don't you think? But hey, maybe this was from 2000. But anyway, I've gone down a weird rabbit hole there. That was a very interesting response track. Okay, yeah. After listening to it a few times, Eminem apparently thought that the real Slim Shady was too cheesy. Little does he know, Marshall is exactly the guy that fans go to for cheesy humor. Yeah. Certified 4 times platinum in 2018. Yeah, Lee. Look at this. The hits from 2005. Look at all this shit. Look at all of this shit, bro. Unreal. But yes, a fun, a little bit cheesy, very humorous, very fun track. I think I said fun twice, but yeah. Yeah. This is probably one of your go-to Eminem tracks if, you know, you still need to be introduced to him in 2025. This one or Stan, either or works. Yeah. Banger indeed. Alright, next track though. Remember Me featuring RBX and Sticky Fingers? Not the other Sticky Fingers. Makes sense. Alright, let's see it. Also, shout out to that beat. I think I said that already, but shout out to that beat. Hold up. Wait a minute. Spray Can? Rockstar? San Andreas?
Remember me, I have no remorse. Remember, like Hiroshima.
Heard?
Mike can get down like syndrome.
Okay.
Words is controversial like I'm
yeah.
The one hollow tips is the lead the 45 through.
Yeah, I've been told no, but it was more like no. Life a bitch, I met her instead of the cheddars and credit. Instead of my mom's got raped by the industry and made me. I'm the illest nigga ever. No death, fuck bitches raw on the kitchen floor. So I just don't give a fuck. Remember me? Yeah, fuck you.
Yep, here it comes.
When I go out to the club, stupid, I'm trying to clean up my fucking be wrong. I keep thinking these crazy thoughts in my brain. Sick dreams, a picnic scenes, 2 kids 16. Then at soon, where is that?
The fuck you staring at, nigga?
Shout out to the aggression, I guess. That's one. Slim Shady. I'm back. That's why they call a murder rhyme. One word at a time, never.
The man that strangles himself. I'm waiting for hell. 13, I
was putting shells in the cage on the shelf.
Till I cut a kid's head off and stuck it in his kid's mailbox. I guess I must just blew up quick.
Yep.
Because I'm WHITE. Cause him down. Here, let me turn this
motherfucker up right now. They call me I'm back. Slim Shady.
I take each individual degenerate's head and reach into it. My name is is Slim Shady. I've been crazy with
Internet trying to lure your kids with him into bed.
For Pete's sakes, put down Christopher Reeve's legs.
25 years later.
When lines of coke in him with a bunch of guys hopping out in it.
Call me Slim Shady. I'm back. Slim! I'm back. That's why they call me Slim Shady. Here it comes.
Stand them all in line. Had an AK-47 full of bullets, shot up all at one time. 'Cause Shady, this whole
Y2K thing, and by the way, NSYNC, why do they sing?
is making my ears ring, so I just throw up a mid-pairs. And Puffy, you know this. Sorry, Puff, but chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck her with no rubber and come and what's my name?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back. Guess who's back? Hi, Mom.
Guess who's back? Dr. Dre. 2001.
Dr. Dre reference? Another track I thought was a banger back in the day. I have it saved here. Of course, very, very, very interesting, to say the least, lyrics. The AK line, the mother line. At least he's showing you he's not toning it down after, achieving mainstream attention. So, shout out to him for, still keeping it like it is. The chorus is very repetitive, but, that's fine. It's still a banger. I do like the beat. The little bass line in the back. The adds a little flavor to this WHITE beat. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Another track showing you Eminem's, the degenerate side of the mind of Slim Shady. Yeah. After the Slim Shady LP, Eminem's alter ego is back for more. A rather unknown fact is that the song I'm Back is actually the 4th single of the album. This is a single? Jesus Christ. What did Eminem say about I'm Back? He understands the desire to lash out at your entire school as he was bullied as a kid. Yeah. I think it's still a fun song, some lines aside. I think it's still a very Eminem. It's a very Eminem-esque track, I'd say very quintessential track towards him too, but some people might not like it these days, which is fine. A lot of music around this era definitely hasn't aged well. Eminem pays homage to Rakim. I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, and add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. Well, it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs, ate them up at the same time. This line is M's commentary on the Columbine High School massacre, which is, by the way, it happened a year prior to this line being made, or being shown to the public. Just saying. Eminem was often bullied growing up, so part of him understands the desire to lash out at your entire school that the Columbine shooters felt. It's not the only reference to school shootings on the album. None of the guns M mentions were actually used by the 2 Columbine shooters. They used a Tech 9, a carbine rifle, and 2 shotguns. The guns here were just chosen to fit the rhyme scheme. This album dropped a year after the shooting, so Columbine and Jesus Christ. This album dropped a year after the shooting, so Columbine and gun control were still very controversial topics in America. Accordingly, even in the explicit version of the album, Columbine and kids had to be censored. Yikes. M explained his feelings on this line being censored. I was getting shit about the Columbine reference on I'm Back, and the label was telling me that I wasn't going to be able to say it. My whole thing was, what is the big fucking deal? This shit happens all the time. Why is that topic so touchy as opposed to, say, a 4-year-old kid drowning? Why isn't that considered a huge tragedy? People die in the city all the time. People get shot, people get stabbed, raped, mugged, killed, and all kinds of shit. What the fuck is the big deal with Columbine that makes it separate from any other tragedy in America? 13 years later, he'd finally get to rap these lines uncensored on Rap God. Yep, he did, and he did. The uncensored version still hasn't found its way onto the internet, unlike a bunch of other MD12 songs, including My Name Is Rap Game and Just Like You. I kind of get what Eminem's trying to say here, but it does also, you could also just bring it as bad shit happens every day, why can't I just mention this other bad thing? But I do get where Eminem's coming from. It's like, why is that we're only getting up in arms over one tragedy when a bunch of tragedies happen and it seems like no one seems to give a fuck. I kind of get it from that perspective, but you know. NSYNC was a very popular pop boy band formed in 1995. It consisted of Justin Timberlake, Chris Kirkpatrick, who M would diss 2 years later, and Without Me, JC Chases, and other members. M made it clear how he felt about pop bands at the time in the lead single on his album, The Real Slim Shady. I'm sick of you little girl and boy groups, all you do is annoy me, so I've been saying here to destroy you. NSYNC's third album, No Strings Attached, was released in 2000, the same year as the Marshall Mathers LP, and sold over 1 million copies in one day and 2.42 million copies in a week, a record that remained for 15 years. Evidently, it seemed M was the only one at the time who thought they weren't worth the hype. M has also mentioned NSYNC on the song Marshall Mathers, albeit a lot more vicious. Okay, well, we'll get to that. Eminem apologizes to Puff Daddy for the vile thing he's about to say about Puff Daddy's woman, as Eminem finds Jennifer Lopez so beautiful that even if she was his mother, he would still have sex with her with no condom on and impregnate her, which would cause him to be the father and brother of the child, but he would just deny it anyways. What a sentence. Interestingly enough, Eminem was the legal guardian of his younger half-brother Nathan. Puff Daddy responded in a press release, oh no, where he said, Eminem called me and explained to me his record. We both understand this is hip-hop, it's entertainment, it's not personal, and so don't have a problem with it. Every man is entitled to fantasize. I myself am guilty of fantasizing about Jennifer before we started going out. In fact, I still fantasize about her. At the end of the day, it's just a record, not a reality. Ooh. Yeah, ooh, yikes. In his MTV News Now, Eminem hits and disses. When asked if there had been any trouble with him mentioning Puffy and Jennifer Lopez and saying that he gonna impregnate Jennifer Lopez, Eminem said, it's no secret that Puffy and Jennifer are together, whatever, but at the time I wrote that, there was just rumors of them being together. Basically, it's saying, Puffy's got a beautiful woman, you know, who doesn't want to have sex with her. What's my name could be referring to what he will say to Jennifer Lopez while he's having sex with her. Could also be a reference to Snoop. It could also be a reference to Snoop Doggy Dogg's reference. Could be a reference to Snoop Doggy Dogg's song "What's My Name." Yeah, he's back, and more shady, more slim than ever, baby. Still a banger. Anyway, holy. Next track 11. We're way past the halfway point, by the way. Track 11, Marshall Mathers. You just don't get it.
Last year I was nobody. $10 million.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Okay, sorry for asking.
Nobody ever gave a fuck before. All they did was got me walking. You might see me walking a dead rot while the dog was blue and red, like I don't see what the big deal is. Double goddammit. An anti-Pack Street and Ricky Martin.
More Cartman references.
Can't sing and Britney's garbage.
Oh.
Spitting the catch and the good old-fashioned passing it ass will make me sick, and I can't wait till I kite me. They went and dyed his hair just like me.
Uh-oh.
Bunch of little kids fearing faggots who spray Fago root beer and call themselves clowns. Cause when I don't wrestle, I knock you fucking faggots the fuck out. Ask them they saw us and bugged out. Duck down and got
yikes.
Ball shot at they truck, little flaming faggots.
Holy shit, he said it like 5 times in a single verse.
If you wanna run your mouth, then come take your best shot at Poopy bitch, get off me, go fuck Puffy.
Okay.
This thinks he's too big to do some shit with him, so get busy. It doesn't matter. Faggot.
Okay, imagine if I didn't have the lyrics up right now and I just hear him just say it just out of the blue.
See me or even bother to call me until they saw me on TV.
Yikes. He's just a regular guy, man. I don't know what the big deal is. I'm just a guy. Just a guy, dude. I'm just a chill guy. You fucking guys you guys just piss me off all the time. Eminem, true introvert. Guitar solo? Hello? Title track, direct reaction to the turmoil his life went into after the release and runaway success of the Slim Shady LP. Most notably the lawsuit his mother Debbie Mathers brought against him for defamation due to the way she was portrayed on that first record. Yeah. Oh hey look, Kaniff skit. Just a regular guy, guys.
This is why they call you too dope, ain't it? Oh, Violent J. Why you got on? Give it back to Shaggy. He was suck my name. What? Oh, Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I'm leaving.
Nice going, Shaggy.
Jesus Christ. Next track, Drug Ballad, featuring drdre. Okay, hold up. What you got for me?
I ain't coming in yet.
Oh, you ain't coming yet? That's tough.
And you'll probably barf, and my prediction is you gon' probably slap bitches. You have the right to remain violent and start watching. No sign of it. All I can see is a bunch of smoke flying, and I'm going to a pretty place now where the flowers grow. I'll be. I don't wanna, but I gotta stay.
Whoa.
Drug sniff glue through a tube and play Rubik's Cube. 17
Fuck yeah,
years
dude.
later, the view, this ecstasies got me standing next to you, getting sentimental. Every time I go to try to leave.
Whoa. Whoa.
Drugs really got a hold of me.
Whoa. Go.
Almost a hold of me.
Whoa. Okay, okay. I see how it is, Dina.
Alcohol poisoning. And what's a little fight? Tomorrow you'll be boys again. Up now and upgraded and graduated. The better draw. Still got a lot of growing up to do. I still got 40 on a porch telling stories.
Well, we still going. Well, I mean, isn't Haley gonna be a mother now? The song is also heavily similar to the beat in Come On Everybody from the Slim Shady LP. Sick. In the clean version of the album, the word drug was removed from the title. So it's just called Ballad? Wanted to touch on how last year I was always fucked up. Life was like a big party for me. It was the first year that I blew up and I did a lot of celebrating. Yeah. If you know a little bit of Eminem lore, you know that he did a lot of shit, did a lot of drugs, did a lot of the alcohol. He consumed one too many alcohols, and yeah, it eventually culminated into his, I'm assuming, one of his late 2000s albums. I think it was called Relapse. What was the album called? Relapse, and I guess Recovery. Yeah, so when he made more, you know, sentimental, somber songs, I'm assuming. One of those songs that, you know, kind of showcases his lifestyle at the time. And, you know, at least he's all healthy nowadays. So good for him. And, you know, Dina did her little vocal thing. Shout out to her. Next track, track 14. Amityville? Featuring Bizarre. Okay, hold up.
And stand with a grain full of chap lips, gin to my chins full of splash whiskers.
From Amityville.
Fuck my cousin in his asshole. Slit my mother's throat.
What a way to introduce yourself, man. Jesus Christ.
If I had 10 of my boys taking virginity. And bitches know I said at my dad's funeral.
What a verse. Jesus Christ. Bar. Yep. Name of a town in Suffolk County, New York. Also the setting for the Amityville horror. Okay. Yeah, you know, Eminem, the horrorcore guy. Pretty sick place, but M claims that Detroit is sicker. He spits about evil acts and gruesome events that happen in the town. The track was originally supposed to feature Outsidaz members Young Z and Pace One, but Dr. Dre complained that the album had too many features, which resulted in Eminem removing their verses and making the last one himself. Pace One confirms this, adds that he believes that their verses have been permanently deleted. Yikes. Lost media. This resulted in a rift between Eminem and Pace One specifically. The latter has released diss tracks aimed at M since this episode. Yikes. Oh my god. Anyway. You know, out of context, that Bizarre verse is fucking insane. But, you know, in the context of this sick, degenerate, depraved setting that Eminem, you know, the sick, depraved, fucked up, degenerate world that Eminem has been painting for us for the past 10 or so tracks. Yeah, this is per the course, I guess. Jesus Christ. Sick, twisted motherfuckers. Next track, though. Track 15. Bitch Please 2. They had to make a sequel for Bitch Please.
Yeah, what up, Detroit?
What up, Detroit? Detroit basketball.
It's 2 times, Dr. Dre?
Oh, for sure.
2 times.
Right here. What?
What's good, Snoop? What you got for us?
Start riding.
rise like Limp Bizkit. Stone guilty conscience and watch as Roddy is Crenshaw Boulevard when it's packed and full of cars. Getting these grown ass ignorant men with hair triggers in Long Beach. They came a long way to making these songs play.
What's up?
Somehow, some way. Hello, nigga. You know about dog. Damn, baby girl, what's your name? I forgot. What the king of the motherfucking West Coast, baby.
Oh yeah, fuck, Nate Dogg's on this track. Shout out Nate Dogg.
The devil, they always want to dance.
It's like ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I might rough. I'm in the club shooting with puff. Bitch,
oh.
please, you must have the trust. It's me. Fuck around and make me bust. It's he.
Balls, thick 6-inch long. Back up and walk around flipping the bird. Living the urban life like a white smears. Cause this is me now. The recent doodles being is mean. So when you sing the fag word so freely, it's just me.
Very freely. Wimpy. That I trust is me. Fuck around and make me bust is he. That's the devil, they always wanna dance. I listened to 2001 in a minute. But I mean, some bangers on that one, and of course, you know, you would see this type of feature list on a track back then, around that era. Pretty fun song still. Shout out to Nate Dogg, shout out to Exhibit, and of course, can't forget, shout out to the lovely, not controversial figure at all, Eminem. Always very wholesome for the family to enjoy. Speaking of another very wholesome family track, track 16, Kim. Do I even need to pull up the lyrics for this one?
Yesterday I changed your diaper, wiped you and powdered you. Sit down, bitch! You move again, I'll beat the shit out of you! Me and love him out the blue! Oh, what's the matter, Kim? Am I too loud for you? This TV, this whole house is mine! How could you let him sleep? Come on, we're going for a ride, bitch! Sit up front!
I don't wanna go on living in this world.
Can't think, Kim! I was only 18! That was years to fucking lie to me! What the fuck's this guy's problem when they come ugly? Get the fuck away from me! How the fuck could you do this to me? So long living in this world without you. Come on, get out! I can't, I'm scared! Oh my god, I'm cracking up! Get a grip, Marshall! You and your husband have a fight. One of you tries to grab a knife. Here, I'll scream with you. Ah, somebody help! Bleed, bitch, bleed! Bleed!
Dude, imagine someone either in 2000 or in 2025 listen to that song for the first time. Obviously, you can tell this isn't my first time listening to this track. I've heard it a long time ago and a few times over. You know, I've already known what happens in this track. This isn't the first ever time listening to Kim, but you know, it's still very it's still very awkward to listen to. That's not to say like the song is inherently bad or anything. It's just, you know, it's just one of those things where you're kind of just witnessing you're just witnessing something unfold in front of you and you kind of just can't do anything. You really just kind of have to sit back and just observe. I mean, maybe, you know, I don't want to go into a hypothetical situation where I am in front of a very grim argument between partners in front of me, because a lot of people have probably experienced that. I have actually experienced that myself, but we don't have to go too personal. But yeah, I mean, you kind of just have to, you know, especially in this kind of setting, you kind of just have to just sit there and just experience it. It's just like, what do you do? It's just, you know, it's a song that's very personal to Marshall himself, because it's obviously about his relationship issues and whatnot. You know, having a kid at that time is, you know, he's just letting it out there in his most vulnerable, most upfront, most under the influence self. Laid down in that studio, and it comes out with this song. Very, very emotional, very vulnerable, and extremely aggressive. Like, extremely aggressive. This is probably one of Eminem's most infamous songs. I don't want to say it's like the most scariest song ever, but it is a very, you know, if you can't stomach these types of, you know, domestic abuse fights, you know, if you can't stomach that type of stuff, then I'd understand why you can't be able to re-listen to this song over and over again like a real Slim Shady type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'd say good for him for letting it out there, just venting through a microphone, but my goodness. I already know how awkward it might have been just having Dre just listen to Eminem do this in the studio. It's just like, probably just jaw on the floor too, like everyone else that's probably heard this for the first time, but I don't know, maybe Dre's seen worse. Written in 1988. Holy Jesus Christ. Written in 1998. This is the prequel to 1997's 97 Bonnie and Clyde. This little media favorite was actually the first official song that I wrote for the album. I had to complete it back in 98, when the first album was done. I wrote this song when Kim and I weren't together. We were broken up at the time. This was at the end of 98. I remember I was watching a movie one day that inspired me to write a love song, but I didn't want to make a corny love song. It had to be some bugged out shit. Though I don't remember what movie it was, I do remember feeling the frustration of us breaking up and having a daughter all in the mix. I really wanted to pour my heart out, but yet I wanted to scream. So the same day I went to the flick, I went back to the studio and once again walked into a session with the perfect beat already playing. Surprisingly enough, Kim wasn't the only track on the album that I had nothing to do with in terms of production. FBT created that track and they had it already for me in the studio. When I started writing the song, I thought that maybe I could tie it into 97 Bonnie and Clyde, so I decided to make it a prequel. You never would have thought, but I played it for her once we started talking. I asked her to tell me what she thought of it. Jesus Christ. I remember my dumbass saying, I know this is a fucked up song, but it shows how much I care about you, to even think about you this much, to even put you in a song like this. I did the vocals in one take. The mood I want to capture was that of an argument that me and her would have, and judging from the attention the media has given this song, you can see that's exactly what I did. And then some. Jeez. I guess shout out to him for showing it to her. I mean, I guess it would have eventually gone back to her someday, but I guess just get out of the way. Jeez. Might have been a little awkward, but per Rolling Stone, M has played the song for Kim already and claims that now she is truly convinced that he is insane. If I was her, I would have ran when I heard that shit, Dr. Dre says. It's over the top, the whole song is him screaming. It's good though. Kim gives him a concept. The track was deemed too explicit for the clean version of the album and was replaced with a South Park themed track titled The Kids. One of the suggestions says M hates this song now. Is there a source? Eminem doesn't mention Kim by name in his post-encore albums. In marshallmathersLP 2's Headlights, he said that he doesn't play Cleaning Out My Closet, a song aiming at his mother, in live shows anymore. These facts will lead to an assumption that he abstains from performing Kim, a rather offensive song against another close female relative in his live shows. This is also supported by them getting along quite well now, Kim having been through hard times herself, and Eminem not performing songs containing disses towards Kim anymore. However, there is no specific source of Eminem saying that he hates this song. What is the instrumental sample? Contrary to popular belief, being that the track samples Led Zeppelin's When the Levy breaks, Jake Bass, son of producer Jeff Bass, took to YouTube to deny the use of any sampling. Everyone thinks it's a sample. It's not. It's all real. Cool. Yeah, Eminem has a history with songs that he dismisses in his more mature, grown-up, sober years, Cleaning Out My Closet being one of them. And, I guess it would make sense that he wouldn't perform a song like Kim, because, how do you even perform a song like that like Kim? How do you even get the audience going in a setting like that? So, I guess, the fact that the material has been a little bit, over the top for Eminem himself nowadays, how do you even get a crowd going with a song like this? It's just, I assume it's just a very awkward song to have in a set list like that. But then again, I don't know. Maybe he could pull it off. It'd be a little too much, I'd say, but then again, when is too much for Eminem? It's in the same vein of songs like, We Cry Together. There's songs that aren't really songs to get you moving. It's more to just, it's a strictly narrative song that you kind of just have to experience. I guess you kind of just have to be in there for the moment. These songs are very weird when it comes to replayability, I guess, but then again, I don't want to have this topic of replayability and songs like these, because that's just a whole nother topic that I don't really care to get into right now today. But yeah, it's a very spine-chilling song. And I guess, Eminem kind of just need to get it out there, which, good for him. We all love a little therapeutic venting track here and there. Aggressive venting track. Very, very, very notable tracks here on this album, though. So, yeah. Anyway, next track. Second to last track, Under the Influence, featuring D12. These chicks don't even know the name of my band. Okay. Okay.
Suck my dick if you don't like
Us? Okay. Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
I'm Clint Eastwood in his mid-20s.
Hell yeah, dude. Uh-oh. Why is my voice soaring up? Don't tell me I'm getting fucking sick. Oh my god, if I get fucking sick, dude, I'm gonna get pissed. Water, you're out. I'm getting a substitution. I've now been re-energized with the Arizona green tea. 130 calories, 0 total fat, 0 sodium, made with ginseng and honey. Arizona, please partner with me. Said you don't wanna fuck with ginseng, just ginseng will fucking heal you.
In the hospital lost, thinking the fuck out of everything that hung from the drapes. It's curtains.
I'm an instigator.
Curtains.
For having blood on my gators, my weed hit your face with a fifth in me. When I guzzle in me, I do shit that you had, and I make the president get a facelift.
Oh, heard?
I'm the type that'll drink Kahlua and gin. Throw up on a mic.
Okay.
If you don't like
My shit. That's why they call me Slim Shady. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Compulsive liar, set my preacher on fire.
Jesus Christ.
Bitch, can you read the flyer?
Oh yeah, hey, welcome back, Bizarre.
Your bitch in the ass with a tire iron. Record skip, letting the record skip.
Okay.
Cause they crew is full of fags and sweeter than bake sales.
Yep.
Reckless. Turn around, grab you and stab you. Get executed. Cause I'm shoot up the household, even the young toddlers. Brigade barricade to bring the noise.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, I was straight till I got caught selling them shit. Kicked out of summer camp for having sex in my tent with the super Rick BS for trying to send you a bomb.
Jesus Christ.
I was born straight up out of pussy, but a son of a gun. Got a wreck done.
So you can suck my dick if you don't like.
Is that what D12 stands for? Dirty Dozen? Hey, well, shout out for the D12 reunion. Actually, when did they even? Whenever they disband, you know, shout out for D12 being on the record, you know. Holy, still as dirty and conniving as ever. This track ironically follows Kim, possibly the most disturbing and graphic, oh yeah, I probably should have said that, disturbing and graphic, song of Eminem's career. In comparison to the emotionally draining and heavy subject matter found in Kim, Under the Influence is lighthearted and relatively substanceless. However, the song serves the purpose of responding to critics of the harshness of Kim. So you can suck my dick if you don't like my shit. What a line. Being a substanceless song with a song called Under the Influence is pretty funny, I will say. Alright, we're finally here at the final track, an hour, many hours later, because I'm recording. We're here at the last track, track 18 out of 18, Criminal. Also, by the way, a lot of these songs have been like 5 minutes. I haven't been strapped in like the entire time, so I guess now is a good time to just say,
A lot of people think
strap in.
but that I believe in it, then I'll kill you.
Okay.
Cause I'm a criminal. Goddamn right. I'm a criminal. Stab you in the head, whether you're a fag or les. That a
Heard.
sex, hate facts, the answer's yes.
Heard.
They belong in my scrotum, you'll never get hold of them. Hey, give me an amen. Amen. Please, Lord, destroy these demons.
These fucking South Park references, dude.
You can't reach me, my mom can't neither. You can't stop me from dropping each march with a Mr. Don't give a fuck, still won't please. Every out disfigured ligaments indeed. It was a seed who would grow up just as crazy as me for saying the word. My morals went
okay.
the president. Yeah, I'm as crazy as Eminem and Kim combined.
Jesus.
Let me play with it.
Oh. Mailman? Mailman?
How you doing?
How can I help you?
Yeah, I need to make a withdrawal. I said I'm not gonna fucking kill you. Hurry the fuck up. Thank you. Windows tinted on.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The eyewitness, fire at the private eye, hide the priors ain't brave enough to say the stuff I say, so this tape.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Keep going, I don't take shit from no one. I'm a criminal. Every criminal. I don't gotta
And that's it. That is technically the end of the Marshall Mathers LP. Okay, with that song, it pretty much ties up everything well overall. It basically just tells you that, you know, this is who I am. This is the music output that I have. And yeah, just fuck you, fuck everything else, and most of all, fuck me. He basically just he just likes to reiterate, I'm just gonna put shit out there. It's gonna be fucked up. And you know, it is what it is. You don't like it, you can fuck off. I'm just this guy. This is who I am. This is my musical output, and you're gonna fucking enjoy it or listen to it one way or another. So you best get ready, kind of stuff. While also showing his humorous, skitful Eminem, Marshall, Slim Shady side. It basically just summarizes a lot of the points, a lot of the setting created, world building throughout this album quite well. Very nice last statement, basically. What a way to end it off. It's like, yes, I'm a bad guy. I'll fucking be a bad guy if you want me to. I'll influence your kids in a bad way. I don't fucking care anymore. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Basically. The final song on the Marshall Mathers LP, Criminal, provides plenty of examples of and excuses for M's violent rhetoric. As M explained in Angry Blonde, Criminal was my new Still Don't Give a Fuck for the Marshall Mathers LP. That's why I did the same intro as I did on the Still Don't Give a Fuck. That's why, just like Still Don't Give a Fuck, it's the last song on the record. It sums up the whole album. Basically, yeah, it's a basically in conclusion to the entire album. Holy. Okay. After I did Marshall Mathers, I felt like I still hadn't captured that Still Don't Give a Fuck feel. I played it for my manager, Paul, and he said, it's dope, but it's still not give a fuck. Once again, the funniest shit happens when I'm about to bail. Jeff was in the next studio playing with this old-ass piano. He was playing the frantic piano loop that gave Criminal that sinister feel. All I had was, I'm a criminal. Only fucked up thing was that it took almost a whole day to do that bank robbery skit. Even Dre walked out of the studio like, fuck it, I'm out. We had to get Mailman to get his lines right because he was so drunk. He just had to say, don't kill nobody, but what really took so long was the noise in the background. I did that skit by myself. I learned how from Dre when we hooked up on Guilty Conscience. Criminal was my new Still Don't Give a Fuck for the Marshall Mathers LP. Then it's the same thing it says over here. Yeah, basically, it's if you want a good summarization of Eminem's consensus on this album, it's pretty much this. And you can't be from dropping each March with a brand new CD for these fucking, you know what. My plan really was to drop an album every March, then I became a drug addict. Jeez. Yeah, always the problem stopping us from doing our stuff, man. Who's really that mainstream doing this type of stuff? You're still gonna buy his album. He's still one of the most mainstream artists ever. I mean, you know, who's really doing it like him? That isn't like trying to be edgy for the sake of edgy, or just trying to be doing it in an extremely goofy manner that's even goofier for Eminem. You know, he really is the only guy who can balance that line with this type of crude, humoristic, serious, aggressive tone throughout 18 tracks or so. Who really is doing it like him at this time, or ever. But with that being said, that was actually wait. Before I get my thoughts in, I do want to listen to The Kids because it's a very funny song. Was it always uncensored? Is there an uncensored version? Listen to The Kids real quick because it's a very funny track.
And everyone should. Okay, children,
quiet down, quiet down. His name is Mr. Shady.
Mr. Shady. Brian, don't throw that.
Shut up.
Mr. Shady.
Keep your name.
Good luck, Mr. Shady. Hi there,
little boys and girls.
Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Bob's 30 and likes to hang out at the local waffle spot and wait in the whole faces and not to talk. But Stacy knew Bob and his marijuana and what it might do to you. Children,
drugs are bad.
And if you don't believe me,
ask your dad. Tell her how he does them all the time. Drugs are just bad, I'm gay.
Ecstasy is the worst drug in the world. If someone ever his spinal fluid is final, you won't get it back. So don't be
Attack on Titan reference, sorry.
His back starts to look like the McDonald's arches. They think it's funny, so they're laughing and basically nothing. And squirrels clap.
That's right. And ask your mom. Say no to drugs. Smoke crack. Drugs are just bad, okay?
Last but not least, it's fungus. It grows
I guess so.
Stuff and everything slows down when you eat the shady. What's a G-string? It's urine, Claire. Your tongue gets all swole up like a cow's tongue. See, drugs are bad. It's a common fact.
True.
Dad, cause it'll be my fault. So don't do drugs and do exactly.
She tells you how she does them all the time.
And there's really nothing else to say.
Yeah, what a track, right? This is supposed to replace Kim, by the way. What a track. I don't know if South Park did sue him, but I hope not, because that was a... Jesus Christ. Oh, it's been so long since I've heard this track. This song replaced Kim on the clean version of the Marshall Mathers LP. It also appears on the deluxe version of the album and the UK and Australian version. Smart move to take out a song about murder off the clean version and to replace it with a song all about not doing drugs. Mr. Shady gives the students at South Park Elementary a lecture about drugs, and he does it with spot-on Mr. Mackey, Cartman, and Wendy Testerberger impersonations. Banger. Ecstasy is the worst drug in the world. If someone ever offers it to you, don't do it. Ironically enough, Eminem and Dr. Were whacked out on ecstasy recording this album. Hey, you know, experience is the best form of knowledge, I guess. I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah. What a track. And with that being said, that was the Marshall Mathers LP. Holy, what an experience. What an album. Okay, first of all, yes, it is crude, it is offensive, it is edgy, it has slurs out the wazoo, I guess, in lack of better terms. There are a lot of F-bombs, a lot of it. This is a very artistic way of showcasing a degenerate, fucked up, edgy world. And I guess who better to paint and create a world like that than Eminem, right? You know, this isn't all just being edgy for the sake of being edgy. There are some valid tracks and conversations and topics being held within this album, you know. His sudden burst of fame, newfound fans, the obsession with his fans, the rocky relationships he's had with his mother, his relationship. There's a bunch of that, and it starts to all converge into this one huge fucked up album. In the most simplest terms, this album is fucked. This is a fucked album. But you know, Eminem still showcases his rapping ability to be one of the best, and also some of his greatest songs appear on this album. Stan, The Real Slim Shady, I Guess I'm Back, you know. Some huge tracks, some most notable tracks, some career-defining songs appear on this album. So yes, I of course I haven't heard the Slim Shady LP. Apparently this album is a more serious turn from the character-driven LP from, what was it, 97, 98, 99 actually. And yeah, you can tell. I mean, you can kind of tell from even just listening to this album alone with songs like Kill You or fucking Kim, Criminal. But with that being said, there's also a bunch, and I mean a bunch of instances where it tips the other way where it comes to the more humoristic side of Eminem. The many skits, some skits that are pretty funny, some that are kind of fucking insane, but you can still tell that there's that Eminem humor, crude humor, offensive humor in there that kind of gives it its charm. Obviously, I'm not saying to go recite every slur off this album in 2025. Of course, an album like this kind of ages poorly in that category, in that element, which, you know, is just unfortunate. But, you know, I'm not here to excuse it or whatnot. It's obviously something that can't really be replicated in today's age. I mean, you can still try because, you know, we brought comedy back. Comedy is legal now, but fucking idiots. Anyway, a lot of these tracks would not fly today. But when you look at it in its context, at its time, and in consideration to Eminem's whole career, you can definitely have an argument to say that this is one of Eminem's best works. Now, would I be bumping this album repeatedly nowadays? I mean, here and there, but I feel like this is an album that pretty much just kind of works in its own world. Trying to take some of these tracks out of its element and out of the context of the Marshall Mathers LP, it definitely will give weird looks nowadays, but when you look at it as a whole project overall, you can definitely tell where the mind of Marshall Mathers is at the time, and you know, appreciate it for the work of art it is as is. It is one of those albums that you kind of just have to experience in full to kind of like understand it without giving it weird looks in a way. But I mean, there are still bangers very much sprinkled throughout the album. I know it looks like I haven't really saved a lot of tracks here, but like I said, this is something you kind of just have to experience all the way through first before you can really kind of get it and kind of like take tracks here and there for your own liking. And yeah, maybe as someone who really kind of didn't experience the peak Eminem album-wise, you know, I kind of grew up in the more darker ages of Eminem, you know, having grown up with songs like like Not Afraid and, you know, The Monster and all those late 2000s to 2010s songs. You know, I do have a very different experience and exposure to Eminem than those who grew up with, you know, the Slim Shady LP or the Marshall Mathers LP, you know. Some might say I'm unlucky that I grew up in a time where Eminem probably wasn't at his greatest artistically wise, but you know, I do have emotional ties to Not Afraid, even though that might be a very I maybe some might call it a corny song nowadays, but yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of just want to hear what people who might have grown up or like been able to consciously experience this album as it came out. Were you a part of the this is too fucked up for the masses to consume, or like are you one of those people that kind of got it at first rip and being able to understand Eminem's artistic intention with making such fucked up degenerate shit like this? And you know, I'm not a guy to say that I'm against seeing degenerate fucked up shit in my music. You know, I do have some songs that I think I'd listen to a lot that would be fucked up to a casual listener, and that's fine. You know, you just gotta figure out when enough is enough for you, basically, I guess. And maybe with more listens, I'll be like desensitized to all the shit Eminem said in here. Who knows? But yeah, I think it is a very interesting look back as to what Eminem was doing in the earlier stages of his career, and just seeing where his mind was at the time. Because a lot of these albums basically just kind of show you where his mind is at the time, and you know, maybe that applies to a lot of artists, but the mind is fucked up as Eminem's. you're gonna get some interesting results, basically. Very interesting experience to have. You know, I will say I did like it a lot more than freaking The Death of Slim Shady, as you can tell from all these songs. None of those songs are touching a Stan or a I'm Back or Real Slim Shady. Of course, there were very emotional tracks on here, like, what was the one with Jelly Roll? Somebody Save Me. That was a very emotional track. Temporary? I think it was Temporary, yeah. So I'm a guy who's tuned in with the more melodic, emotional Eminem tracks, and I think those kind of work best for him nowadays. It's hard to be the aggressive, fuck you and fuck everyone guy who's in 2025, you know, kind of pushing the age he is and his more mature state. It is kind of hard to emulate that nowadays. It's just interesting to see his more youthful, I guess, more energetic, hungrier days, in a way, I guess. But I will say, a lot of these tracks, you can definitely tell Tyler, the Creator, was a huge fan of this guy. You can just, the horror elements aside, the whole cadences and the way lines were executed, yeah, you can tell some of this shit had a little bit of, you know, sprinkled in from those Goblin Wolf era years. I mean, he said Eminem's one of his favorites, so you shouldn't be really surprised if you fuck with Tyler like that. Don't know where to go from here when it comes to the Eminem lifestyle, the discography, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll actually see what his other albums look like and whether or not they're actually as bad as everyone says they are. God, I haven't listened to Not Afraid in a while. Ugh, man. Sober Eminem. What a time. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. So with that being said, thank you for watching another friendly request video in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Watch my other friendly request videos if you want to. Watch my non-friendly request videos if you want to. If you don't know how the friendly request works, just comment an album. You know, let me know who it's from. Let me know a little bit about the album or the artist. And yeah, I'll just note it down. And maybe I'll put it in a poll. Maybe I'll just say, fuck it, one day I'll just pick a random album. That's the beauty of the friendly request. You never know when it comes, and you never know how it comes. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but yeah. Don't know what the next friendly request video is gonna be, but there's a lot on the list. So just be prepared, just be on the lookout, and subscribe so you can be up to date with all the friendly request updates and other musical videos that I might do. You know, I still got a lot of stuff I wanted to do, but it's already November by the time this video comes out, so yeah, I don't know. We got a couple months left, but a lot of ideas still left, so I don't know how I'm gonna tackle that, but something will get tackled eventually. I will finally go now and probably snort crack with Eminem. Alright, goodbye now.